I'm Drew. I own Barbecue Mafia, Smoked Meat Co, the restaurant, and part owner in the rubs and sauces for Barbecue Mafia. And this is our story, so enjoy. So Barbecue Mafia, it just eventuated from a couple of guys who fanboyed each other on Instagram pretty much in a time where in Brisbane there was, or in Australia pretty much, there wasn't many guys doing barbecue, so we had to try to meet each other somehow. And a couple of us, me and a guy named Chris Ballsy, we got together, mate, sat down and created it. So yeah, it kind of all went from there, man. We said, what are we going to call ourselves? And we settled on Brisbane Barbecue Mafia, which we thought was a pretty cool name at the time. And it wasn't until a few years later that we went, oh, we're starting to get a little bit of love from like the States and some other places apart from Brisbane, so we're kind of limiting ourselves by calling this just Brisbane. So then we just changed it to Barbecue Mafia, and I know, cliche, the rest is history sort of stuff, but it's sort of iconic with us now, like we just love it, and that's our brand. Well, we came along in a time where there probably wasn't much barbecue in Brisbane as such, so not a lot of Texas low and slow. There was a lot of oven cooked stuff going around in restaurants, but not a lot of real wood fired. That sort of got us a bit of a following early on. If you message us on any of our social media, the guys who own the restaurant and the guys that are in Mafia will answer you. We don't have people that look after our socials or anything like that. And when you come to our master classes and stuff, you're part of our family from then on. So we try to keep it like quite community, and that's what we felt and what we learned when we went to Texas. Everything was community. It wasn't huge fit outs, expensive fit outs. It was all about supporting your little local barbecue joint. You've got to be a certain kind of crazy to want to do a Texas barbecue restaurant because of the hours that are involved and the thankless labor that we all have that's part of this. I think the people who know are the people who are here every week, and you do a new special and they're here because they know the effort that we put into it, you know? It's not just us throwing something in an oven at the last minute. We're here from 3 o'clock in the morning, 2 o'clock in the morning. We're here on days when the restaurant's not open. We're trimming, we're doing all the background stuff to get it to that product. So, you know, and we hope that makes us a little bit iconic in Brisbane. A regular morning at Barbecue Mafia is we're here at 4 a.m, fires at 4 a.m, we're trimming after that. It probably takes us an hour and a half to load smokers. And then after that, then we move on to making birria. We're making any of our sides we do, like Texas Twinkies or burn ends or anything like that. We're making glazes, and that's not even any of the stuff that the kitchen does. So this is all smoker related stuff. So, you know, a day sort of starts at 4 and ends at probably 2, 3 o'clock in the afternoon for us. And my front of house crew, led by Alex, who we've put through his whole apprenticeship from year 1 to head chef now, and Declan and Scotty and our crew, they're just, my hat goes off to them. I couldn't do what they do. They do it with a smile on their face. They do it pretty much stress-free. They look like they've been through the ringer after each service, but I couldn't ask for a better bunch of people to work with. So Mitch is, it's a funny story with Mitch. He's just one of the hardest working guys that I know and didn't know a thing about barbecue. And sometimes when you want to teach somebody something like this, it's best that they don't know a lot. So when someone knows a little bit, they'll come in and go, oh, have you tried doing this? And then you just get sidetracked on tangents where you don't really get to where you need to go. If I'm not here for some reason, and I've taught Mitch my exact same method, people come to the restaurant and when I've not been here, they're like, oh, the brisket was beautiful as per normal, and that was Mitch's brisket. So he's just a hard worker, a great mate. Him and I, like, we never clash. I think the only argument we've ever had is how soon we're going to pull porks off the smoker. And he's like a lifelong mate, and I've met Mitch through him coming to the restaurant and through another mate. He was a customer and a mate of a mate, and he just like put his hand up and said, I want to help you. We bought a food truck. Him and I were the only ones who could reverse park a trailer. Mitch has just been like a godsend to me.
I'm Mitch from Barbecue Mafia. Cook on the smoker, I run the food truck for Drewy. Been at Mafia now for, have to be like, well, 18 months. Ryan, one of my mates from high school, he was part of the original 4 when they were doing barbecue comps. He brought me along 2016, I think it was, first to eat when they were running out of Stafford. I was sort of hung around like a bad smell, just eating all the time. I followed the boys over to Sherwood. I'd be over there every Friday, catch up with Drew and Doss and some of the boys that are here now. And just talk, say good day, like just talk about meat and stuff, because I'd never really had a background in it at all, never cooked at home or anything. It started out as like helping a mate mate, and then now it's just formed into like, I love it. It's like a passion that I never knew I had. It's like when you come to work, and people always say when you find like a passion that you really enjoy, you don't work. I don't know, it's cooking with the boys. Like it's just fun, you just get around the boys, you see them all, it's hugs and handshakes, and you just, yeah, it's just something so like get in early in the morning and I chuck the fire on, and it's like, you just get that peace and quiet of just the wood burning and the smell, and it's a passion I never knew I had, and it's just sort of like, I love it now. I'm just fully immersed in it, and yeah, it's just a life outside of a life that I never thought that I'd, you know, be interested in, and now it's just, yeah, it's awesome. I'd just become really close friends with Drew, and we'd always talk and stuff and text, and then he was like, oh, we should get a food truck. Sweet, grab one. So he grabbed one, and then he's like, do you want to tow it around because there's no one else available? I was like, yeah. So that's how it kind of started. I just started towing a food truck around and hanging out at like breweries and stuff when we were doing them. Didn't do barbecue, like I was just like, I'd watch YouTube videos and just like eat it, and that was it. I never had like any inkling of cooking, or I was like, I can never do that. Come in on a service on a Thursday and I've cooked on a Wednesday, and people are like, it was really good. And you're like, yeah, like I nailed that brisket. Like you can tell, I nailed that brisket yesterday. Like, so it's pretty cool, I love it. And to not only have like such an in-depth teacher, but to have a best mate teaching you, like, oh, Drewy, how was that brisket yesterday? And he's like, yeah. That's like, I get a bit emotional about it, because it's like, to have not only your best mate say that you did a good job, but to then have a legend of the game, and he's still in, like, you know, he's been in it a long time, and he's highly regarded with his peers and stuff, and there's a lot of people come through and look what he does and rate his stuff, and then to have that pat on the back, not only from your best mate, but from somebody who's so good, you go, fuck yeah, like I nailed that. And I sit there and I critique it, like I go, oh, did I do a good enough job? Like I could have done this, could have done that. And he's like, nah man, it's good. I'm like, yeah. He was first a friend. I think that's what makes it so like rewarding for me, is he was a good friend first. That turned into like someone that, like a key role in my life, like a key figure. He's like a big older brother to me. And I find that to be led into the inner sanctum, I guess, of his world. And I think the most rewarding part, besides the fact that I get to hang out with like my best mate, is I get to help him. That's better than like cooking barbecue. Like that's just, I guess that's what it's all about for me, is helping friends out and having a good time, and yeah, rewarding us.
Yeah, the man, the Cotton Eye Joe. Who am I? I'm Steve, aka Big Bad Small Goods. I'm the sausage guy down here at Barbecue Mafia. Been here for about, coming on 10 months. Every week come in and make about 200 snags. We rotate the flavours every fortnight. One of the things that motivated me, I guess, was looking around and seeing that no one was doing it. Like, it's such a big part of Texas barbecue. Places in Texas, well, most of them will make their own sausage in-house. Well, the process is always ongoing in my head, because the first thing you need to start with is an idea. So as I say, I like to do things that are a bit different. So my kind of thing is taking like whole dishes and getting them inside a sausage. Bacon cheeseburger sausage, or I do like a poutine sausage or a birria taco sausage. So the concept, so you think of the concept and then you've got to break it down, how to fit those elements into a sausage, which is basically just a lot of kind of using the base knowledge of how a sausage works, reverse engineering the dish, you know, whether it's a lasagna or the cheeseburger, to go into the sausage. Make the sausages on a Wednesday, so everything comes together on a Wednesday, measure it all up, make the sausages, they go in the cold room overnight, and then they get smoked up on the Thursday, ready for lunch service on Thursday. Ongoing process in my brain, but like man hours, I'm here 2 days, 2 full days, yeah. Drew is just a dead set legend. The way I fell into this is I had a bunch of the squealer rubs, and I made like a hot link out of that, using that as the base flavour. And I just bought it in one day and dropped it off. You're like, yeah mate, check these out. Not really much more than that. And a few weeks later, it was like, come and make the snags. And I was like, yeah, I do want to do that. Yeah, I just think they're the best in the biz, and it's like a great work environment. All the guys here are cool. And Drew lets me do whatever I want. So if I think of any crazy flavors or crazy concepts, I get free reign. I mean, if they stuff up, it's my head, you know, hopefully that doesn't happen often, so. And yeah, it's just basically replicating, putting our own twist. It's probably a bit more traditional over there, like with their flavors and stuff. I don't think they're doing lasagna sausages or anything like that. So that's kind of our own twist to that, you know. Kimchi and American cheese. I love kimchi, and it sounds like one of those weird things that shouldn't work. I think it really worked. You had that sort of funkiness, that sourness, a little bit of spiciness from the kimchi, that like creamy American cheese, umami and spice, salt and sweet. So that's probably my favorite. customer favourite, the lasagna snack, got a really good response. And also like bacon cheeseburger, just because it's kind of a familiar thing and everybody can gravitate towards that. I'm gonna do a chicken palmy one soon. I haven't done it yet, but I've seen a few places. They did one, so they did the chicken palmy elements inside the sausage, and then when they served it like a chicken palmy. So they had the sausage, they put the Napoli sauce, the ham, grilled the cheese, so it was like a palmy sausage with like the palmy topping. I thought that was epic. Take it to that level, it's pretty crazy. Sweet.
Oh, look, I want people to experience Mafia and feel the love that we put into food. We get a lot of people come here and they'll just hurry in, grab a burger and leave, but we want people to experience the whole thing and feel the joy that we feel when we're out there cooking it. So you can sit in our restaurant, in our outside part of our restaurant, and you can watch us wrapping briskets, you can watch us spritzing. Come over and have a pit tour. Like, we want people to immerse themselves and to understand how long it takes and the difference between us and, say, the pub down the road, because a lot of people still don't. So we just assume that everybody knows what wood-fired Texas barbecue is. A lot of people still don't understand it, and they come here and they're like, oh, there's smoke, I can smell smoke. And feel free to come and have a chat to our pit masters that are out there cooking. We're always happy to talk through with people. So we just want people to feel that family atmosphere, and that's the reason we're at like a sporting club, because we want it to be more about everyone enjoying our food than and the experience than a huge fit out. So it's a bit different for us. We want you guys to relax into the experience, feel what we feel when we're here, smell the smoke, get immersed in it, because when we first went to Texas, I'd walk around the corner and I'd smell the smoke from a barbecue place and I'd get butterflies. And that's what we want people to have, butterflies when they come here. You know, immerse yourself into the experience of what it is, and it's not just a meal. For some people, food's just food, but for me, it's an experience and it's a meal, and immerse yourself into it and join us for a bit of Barbecue Mafia, join our family.